across the globe. Good morning, everyone. Watching us right now. It's another edition of Bystanders at Newsstand. It's a brand new week. Hope you had a very good weekend. All right, all the way from the newsstand, we say good morning to you. And we are appreciating you for joining us this edition of this program. It's November 6th, 2023. We are right here at the newsstand to dish it out the way it is. Bystanders at newsstand, your number one newspaper review program on Flea TV. All right, we have different stories today to be treated, and we have different newspapers at the newsstand. We have the Punch, the Vanguard, and the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Okay, quickly to the Punch newspaper. We have different stories here. Let's quickly take this. Off-scene governorship polls. 220 police patrol vehicles deployed in Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa. That's ahead of the gubernatorial election that will be taking place in all these states, these three states. 220 police patrol vehicles deployed in Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa. Moving down to the rider, Inspector General to complete deployment Friday to redeploy Imo CP before polls. The Inspector General of Police, Betokun, to complete deployment Friday to redeploy Imo CP before polls. To the next one, down the paper, we have our commanders, others killed as military bombard terrorists. Commanders, others killed as military bombard terrorists. Details of 70 recovered corpses with police. That's what Abia government is saying here. Details of 70 recovered corpses with police. You can get full details of this story on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. On top of the paper, cooking gas scarcity hits Lagos, Katsina, others. Cooking gas scarcity hits Lagos, Katsina, others. This is another trouble for families in Nigeria. Cooking gas scarcity hits Lagos, Katsina, others. To the next one, Niger, Benue, Kano marketers hike fuel, blame transport costs. Collecting pension unlawful, Falana tells Akpabio others. Collecting pension unlawful, Falana tells Akpabio others. On to the next one, Israel gives condition for ceasefire, death hits 11,000. That's foreign news about the Israel-Hamas war. Israel gives condition for ceasefire, death hits 11,000. To the next one, the Vanguard newspaper was the Vanguard saying this morning at the newsstand. Very crucial one. CBN governor Cardoso vows to fight inflation. And of course, the former CBN governor has also told the present governor of the Apex Bank and the land to please fight inflation, as Nigerians are really starving, dying of hunger. All right, CBN Governor Cardoso vows to fight inflation. We have other stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Tinubu leaves Abuja for Saudi summit this week. The president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, leaves Abuja for Saudi summit this week. To the next one, 5 days to go. 5 days to Bayelsa, Imo, Kogi governorship polls. 5 days to Bayelsa, Imo, Kogi governorship polls. Fear of violence, apathy looms. Fear of violence, apathy looms. Why Nigerians should kiss free, fair, and credible elections? Goodbye, says Nwodo. Why Nigerians should kiss free, fair, and credible elections? Goodbye, says Nwodo. Down the paper, we have our forex gains. Banks profits balloon by 156% to 2.3 trillion naira. Comfort Mainland Bridge, federal government advises motorists to use alternative routes. Alleged bias. IGP to redeploy Imo CP. IGP to redeploy Imo CP. All right. Kogi Imo Bayelsa elections. Kogi Imo Bayelsa elections. IGP orders redeployment of Imo CP. IGP orders redeployment of Imo CP. Begins distribution of new vehicles, security personnel. All right, we have our viewers at the newsstand to dissect issues this morning. First, bystanders at the newsstand on Fleet TV. Charles, good morning to you.
Good morning. How was your weekend, sir?
Yeah, fine, and yours?
And, very, very fine. Bless God for life. And good morning to all our listeners all over the world. How was your weekend? Good morning to every one of you.
All right, let's say good morning to everybody as well. We have Dr. Compounds at the newsstand with us, even if he's watching us from afar. Dr. Compounds, saying good morning.
Good morning, sir.
It's another beautiful day.
Good morning, sir.
He has written here. Imafidon, good morning, Mike, and everyone here. Happy New Year to you. Saying good morning to you. King Henry is also here.
King Henry, sir.
All right, Charles. So just 5 days to go. Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State election. What advice would you give to the electorate that will be going out to cast their votes for their choices? Let me use that word. They have their own candidates, you know. So what advice did you give to them?
And once again, good morning, and to all our listeners. My name is Charles. Mr. Michael, you have said it. 5 days to go. Imo State is my state. Kogi State is another state. And the Bayelsa is another state. So
let's even start with your state. Let's start with your state, Imo State.
Okay.
You know, there was so much controversy last week.
Yes.
Concerning Imo State.
Yes.
One of the controversies I'm talking about is the
Labour
Congress leader, Ajero, that was brutalized in that state. Now, so much is going on in Imo State, and I believe you have one or two things to say about your state this morning.
Yes. Mr. Michael, whatever happens in Imo State as of last week between my governor, the Commissioner of Police, and the Nigerian Labour Congress chairman, Ajero, I am among the Nigerians that condemns such acts because whether you like it or not, Ajero actually to himself, even if he's fighting for his own personal interest or for the interest of the Nigerian Labour Congress, the timings and whatever that the assault that was meted on him by the governor himself was not in accordance with what is being expected, because we are talking about this is part of his fundamental human rights, freedom of expression and other things. But when you look at the timing, the governor himself is just saying that the timing was like the man is just trying to combine unionism with politics, and it's not supposed to be like that. But I condemn the excessiveness of going to the extent of beating your hands on the one that you know that is a national chairman. But whatever that is happening in my state, nobody is happy. We are not happy here, standing here every now and then. People will call you from your state, different people telling you that they are having what I may call security challenges. But based on the election that is forthcoming in the 5 days' time, what we are just asking is, was it earlier this morning, the government have said that they have deployed a lot of security men to my state and Kogi State and Bayelsa. But the point still remains, even if you have deployed such people to that particular state, after they might have come out to exercise their fundamental human right based on voting as a franchise, will you be able to allow those votings, those things that they have done to themselves count? Or will you still go ahead and rig the election, as we know that the atmosphere and the concept that brought in the present governor was not in accordance to the Nigerian constitution at all? It's just that they tempered upon what I may call Nigerian constitution. Because you cannot tell me that somebody that was opportune to be the number third person, he came forth. Thank you very much. He came forth in Imo State, and at the end of the day, you rule him over as a governor of that particular state. So what I'm saying is that the concept that brought him, this young man, into that particular post was not favorable at all. So what was the should be very, very careful. You have to tread carefully because all eyes are watching you. The people that are coming, I will even advise you, if you want to go and vote, you can go and vote. But the problem we are having in Nigeria, everybody, both the INEC chairman, the president, the governor, everybody will be clamoring for free and fair election. Have we ever experienced free and fair election in this country? The answer to that is no. So it is only men. Nigerians are, you see, if you look at Nigeria, it's a country whereby everybody is happy to exercise his fundamental human rights based on franchise. But the point is that what is discouraging a lot of Nigerians is sometimes you go there, at the end of the day, what you have been expected is not what you see. That is the problem we are having. So what we are praying is that let peace reign, even in my state, but I don't think, well...
You don't think there will be peaceful election?
My brother, as long as what we're seeing...
Despite the security...
Forget about the security. Forget about the security in Nigeria. Forget about the security that we are deploying there. Would that also prevent the rigging of the elections?
There's another development coming from that state. The Inspector General of Police, Ebetoku, has deployed the Imo State Commissioner of Police, in person of Mohammed Badi. That last week, NLC accused the Commissioner of Police, Mohammed, of complicity.
Yes.
As regards what took place in Imo State. Now, how do you feel about the development?
Well, it's a welcome development if such man is playing a double standard being the Commissioner of Police. So I am even in support. If the IG, remember it was NLC that gave the order they should remove that man in the next 24 hours. So it's a welcome development. You cannot be assigned. See, I used to tell people here every now and then, whether you like it or not, protest, strike, these are part of the ingredients of democracy. So by the essence of going, when you go to a Western world, if you want to go embark on a strike, even the government itself will be the one that will give you what I may call security backup because you want to go on protest, as long as it's been done peacefully. These people have never destructed anything, any peaceful constitution in Imo State. They have gone there just to tell you that a lot of indigenous citizens of Imo State have not been paid. And believe in me, that yes, I know that the timing was actually wrong. But when you look at it very well, you actually believe with me that moving down to election at time, Nigeria is the only country whereby if you really want to get something from most of these politicians, you move down during election time. So by virtue of this agenda moving down during this particular election was actually a welcome development. But to hope it was a legal timing by him. So I believe whoever that is telling us that the Commissioner of Police did try by embarking, you can remember he was even among the people that sent those security men to destroy the peace of those people. Meanwhile, in the Western world, our brothers watching us from different parts of the world can actually testify and bear us witness. In a Western world, a developed country, if you want to embark yourself in a strike, it's even the federal government of that particular state nation that will give you a security backup in order for you to go for your process because it's part of the democracy. It's the only means in which you bring the attention of the government closer to the people. Protest, as long as it's been done peacefully. So the Commissioner of Police that is being removed is a welcome development. If you are not working towards the interests of the masses, that is why you are there. So let him be removed. You cannot be working with a man that you know that is actually distracting the peace. Opposed to them man, honestly speaking, is biting more than he can chew in my state. Are you getting me? But, well, what I will always tell them is that they should always do whatever they do. That is still God. God is still there, watching everybody.
All right, away from that, let's move on to what are the ex-governor of CBN, Sanusi Lamido, told the present governor, Kaduso. It's obvious that the inflation rate in the country has affected us negatively. And Sanusi has specifically told the CBN governor to fight inflation this time around. I think Kaduso has so much to do. He has so much to do. And what advice would you give to him? Because it's not going well with Nigerians at this point.
But that is one of the reasons. Whenever I come out to this place to say to air my view, because it's my own personal opinion. Your opinion is different from mine. What I would say is actually different from whatever anybody would say here, because everybody is entitled to his own personal opinion. Nigerian, we are going through a lot of things, but we cannot continue to hide our feelings to most of these people. We have the CBN governor And you're talking about inflation in Nigeria. Now, what I normally tell these people is that can you be able to match actions with your words and words with your actions? We are not in a country, yes. Sanusi Lamido happens to be, to me, I respected that young man a lot because he's one of the most respected men I respect when he was the EFCC chairman. But you cannot take CBN governor.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now, the present governor being Cardoso, you have a lot of roles to play. Nigerians are suffering. The timing in which he came into existence as a CBN governor was actually very, very high in terms of there's hot everywhere. Nigerians are suffering. So you have a lot of roles. That is why I keep on telling most of these politicians, if we cannot be able to fix Nigeria, the problems of Nigeria, we have a lot of expatriates. Remember, in financial institutions, we have what we may call financial expatriates. People that are professors in financing a lot of, we have a lot of them. So what stop most of these people from bringing in most of these people to give them what I may call financial experts that would be able to look at what is going on now? The financial, there was a broadcast this morning, and they said every average Nigerian is owing no less than 455,000 naira. That is the money that they have borrowed. So you, as an average Nigerian, this is the money you will pay. And I was asking myself, nobody should come in and tell me that yes, I have the money to pay 400 and something thousand naira. It's left for the federal government to do that. But the problem we are having, Cardoso should be very, very careful. If you know that this position that you have found yourself, you cannot be able to manage and attach yourself. Forget about shame. We have a lot of professors in accounting, professors in financial institutions that you can even bring in place so that they'll be able to give you what I may call expatriate advice. Because Nigerians are going through a lot. Seriously, we are suffering. But the point still remains that if you can engulf yourself, even the Tinubu regime himself, bring what I may call expatriate. We have a lot of professors that knows what they are doing. You can bring them into government so that they'll be able to fix your problems to you. Tell you these are the things that you need to do. It's not because you have worked with me as a politician, then I needed to give you a position that you do not even deserve. Simply because there's what I may call political compensation. That is exactly what I want to give you. Without even knowing that position, that portfolio I'm giving to you, does it really match with the intellectual ability you have in order to fix the problem of Nigeria at heart? So what's the problem we are having? Gaduso, or what's his name, should be very, very careful. Nigerians are suffering. Nobody is smiling. Look at the dollars. Dollars, a country whereby you cannot be able to overhype and the rates, the importance of your naira, the local currency, is a problem. Depending on the foreign currency is a problem. What happened to your local currency here? It cannot, look at, now we're living in a country whereby if you are given ordinary Gambian visa now as a Nigerian, you'll be very, very happy because Nigeria is very, very hot now. Gambian visa now, you got a happy, say you want travel. But it's not supposed to be like that. So Nigerians, the government, a CBN governor himself should be very, very smart enough to fix the problem we are having in this country, though, because Nigerians are suffering. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right. Yes. David. Oh. There is a brief. Just. I want to just say. Mr. Lucky. Okay, what I want to say is good day, our SC viewers. Just as we used to do at the end of every year, we normally have a get together. Just that they say that all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So invariably, what we are saying is that we are using this opportunity to formally inform our viewers that we'll be doing our get together by 22nd of December. To that end, all the viewers, as you are being touched, can donate towards that event. Lucky will throw more light into it.
When did you guys have this meeting?
You are the anchor. Normally, after this type of conversation, we come like this. I'm sorry we didn't brief you, but they're Lucky throw more light into it.
My name is Lucky Yaguna Edono, Lagos. Okay. And I believe most of our viewers are watching us. And sorry, as a boss and coordinator, sometimes we can say our brothers can interpret that for you later. The meaning of that, when you quarrel here, you settle here. When you touch this side, you touch this side. You know, sometimes a year now we have been analyzing, quarreling, agree, disagree, including our viewers who are watching us. Sometimes you see them throwing punch themselves there, but this is the time for us to come back together, though the all tribe, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and Okule to be here now, so that at least we want to be one. And I believe as we are doing this, Taiwo, Dennis, Chima, everybody too, be organizing themselves there too. And what that get together means is that we are all coming together. If the government has failed for their responsibility, we the people here are now coming together to say Nigeria will be great again by the grace of God. The great means we have to sit for one place and eat for one plate and drink for one table. Are you getting me? Wherever you come from. So it's the time for us to say, and every year, this is our hobby, our culture, we always do that. For 3 years, we have been doing it now. Most of our brothers and sisters and our daddies and our mommy in abroad, they always support us. Sometimes, some of them even come. I remember that last time 2 people came and joined us to celebrate. As a young minister, I think this is the time for me to go outside, either farm or abroad, and look for yam. God they always call me yam, minister of yam. So this is the time, maybe Asaro or everything. We are going to sit together. I think this date was the date again. So
2nd of December.
On the 22nd. Please, my brothers and sisters who are abroad, who's afraid to come, by then the peace will return back to Nigeria. Please come and join us to celebrate. So that at least we are one of don't worry, my brother. So that day is going to be a day of celebration. Rice, chicken, asaro, whatever they call will be there. Don't forget palliative. It's not the palliative now. This is the time for us to unite. So, my brother, I believe if you are there, if you have not heard, put it in the platform, let them know. Please, Taiwo, Dennis, Chop and Chop, is the time. We are one. Let's unite. Nigeria will remain one. Forget all these politicians, but we will do our own. We must make Nigeria great again.
You must succeed.
Now, on the 22nd, remember, whatever you have, if it is heaven, bring it here. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay.
Anybody want to?
I'm here with a young minister or permanent secretary of now. You see what they said? So we are looking forward to it, and including you people over there. God will multiply your life, and we'll see more life before that day. In Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. That is to take place on the 22nd.
Yes, on the 22nd. Like I said, no, December.
Okay, December.
Like I said, I'm sorry we didn't
December.
we didn't brief you before coming here, but I know it's something you always support.
No problem, sir. All right. I think someone is demanding for Charles's account details. That's Dutchman Pounds. Dutchman Pounds. If there is any way you can help Charles, drop it in the comment section there. Please do it. All right. Dutchman Pounds, yeah? He will respond to you. Charles will respond to you. Now, quickly to what we have on board. Alleged bias, IGP has ordered the redeployment of the Imo State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed. Do you think this will put to rest the problem between the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Imo State government?
It will not likely put it to rest, and it should not put it to rest. The reason is not far-fetched, because we should not turn this country into survival of the fittest. We should recognize and realize that there is rule of law, that the police actually had a mandate to protect lives and property. We should not be in a society where you'll be afraid to go and exercise your legitimate rights. Like I keep saying, you may hate or like the face of Ajaero, but it's not about Ajaero, it's about was he right to attack a Nigerian who the only thing he committed was, even if you say he was disobeying a court order that say there should be no protest, even if there was no protest according to court, was it the right of thugs to enforce it? That is why police cannot absorb itself of culpability in this regard. Because in the status of Ajaero, you want to tell me that he moved in the society without police protection? I don't think so. So it's got to show that the overbearing influence of the political actors in that state was overriding the power of the state.
Now we have
the police.
We have it here by Andrew Ogunjimi. Imo CP should be dismissed, not redeployed, because he misused his position.
I'm not saying entirely dismissed, but there should be punitive action to serve as a deterrent to other police officers. We are even hearing another report that even the Labour candidate in the forthcoming governorship election in that state was even attacked recently. Yes, it was so. That he was shot at, that they were shouting that he should go back, that the governor was passing that was to pass that route that same day. So how did we get here? For me, it is not, I'm not saying it should be sacked, but there should be punitive action enough to deter other people from doing it. Because the way it stands, if the national president of NSC could be attacked in that manner, because nobody can deny that he was not attacked based on the picture that is circulating all over the internet. So how can you guarantee the safety of me and even you that you are a pressman? Who says you are safe? So for me, I think the police authority should use this as a way of deterring other overzealous policemen.
All right, still on Imo State.
That's why I encourage NSC to make that point by making good their threat to embark on that strike. If they do it, I'm not saying because they hate government, it will send a signal. By the time the government
not just a signal, a strong one, right?
Yes, by the time the government see that, yes, so if we are not, because the political class, the office of the president, have what it takes to caution the police.
So it's not all about redeploying the...
No, it's not about anybody being against government. It's about the high-handedness of police. It's about political class using police against the constitution. It's immaterial whether you are in the ruling party. It's immaterial whether you are in opposition. It becomes on the police to protect lives and property, irrespective of the political class, the political party you belong. So there should not be a tool in the hand of a serving governor. That's what we are saying.
All right, it's just 5 days to go for the gubernatorial election that will be taking place at Kogi State, Imo, and Bayelsa. Now, the Inspector General of Police started distributing vehicles. Also, his security personnel have been distributed to some of these states, or the 3 states. What do you see in this election, and what advice would you give to INEC as an independent body as regards what happened in the just concluded election in Nigeria, both the presidential and the gubernatorial election that took place? What advice would you give?
To be quite honest with you, Mr. Mike, I don't have confidence in the ability of INEC to conduct free, fair, and credible election in Nigeria anymore. But if you are talking of advice, I would have advised that they do electronic transfer of the results. Because that was what rekindled the confidence of the electors in the build-up to the presidential election. But that hope was dashed when INEC reneged on their guideline, on their promise in their guideline to upload the election results electronically from the polling units. So the only way you can rekindle that confidence, though even if you say it now, that confidence will not be there until they see you do it, is to promise to upload the election result electronically. Don't get it twisted. Before 2023 election, all the election from 1999 up to before 2023 election has always been marred with irregularity, not because whether APC was there or PDP was there. The system is rotten. So the only way they could have rekindled the confidence of Nigerians was that new electoral act. But unfortunately, INEC squandered that opportunity by reneging on their promise in their guideline to upload the election result electronically. If they are not coming up with that promise, that confidence will not be there. But if they eventually upload the election results electronically, they would have rekindled that confidence. So that is the only way. Apart from that, you are deploying police. People already see police as a tool in the hand of the ruling class, in the hand of the governors, in the hand of the president. That must explain the reason the executive at the national level do not want to give state police a chance, because they see the way they themselves manipulate the police against opposition.
Now, any expectations from Kadoso, the CBN governor, on getting out of this inflation crisis we are facing? Because presently it has risen to about 26.7 or so.
The issue is this is like a litmus test for him, and there are many options on the table. And he should know that as CBN governor, the buck rests with Mr. President, but as CBN governor, any failure on the economy, he should take part of the blame. So to that extent, he should, if he have opinion on how to come out of this quagmire, he should not rely on, he should not hesitate to put it forward to Mr. President and use his influence based on their closeness to make sure such policy comes true. But whether you like it or not, we are not yet producing. And if we are not producing, it's not rocket science. You can hardly grow the economy. And it's on record that we have removed subsidy on PMS, gasoline, premium motor spirit. And what we needed at this point is to quickly and urgently, heavily use that money to diversify into agriculture, solid mineral exploration, more power generation, improvement on the network and distribution, and all the value chain of power. And the CBN policy should be keyed into all this if you must succeed in bringing down inflation.
Okay, if you are applying Third Mainland Bridge, you've been advised to take alternative routes as the federal government will be embarking on the rehabilitation of that bridge. What advice would you give to Nigerians or Lagosians playing that role?
I think it's a good one because don't forget that one of the problems we have in this country is that we lack maternal culture. So if we are seeing the government imbibing that maternal culture, I think it's a thing to applaud. So though it may come with some pain, some stress and all that, but I think it's a necessary one since the bridge must be maintained if it must continue to serve Nigerians.
So before you go, Charles, please can you come over? Judge Moncon said he has sent something to you. I think you've gotten a palliative today, have you? Come and say thank you to him. Palliative.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dot Pounds. God bless you.
All right,
thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. And he has also written here that he would like to have the crew account for the end of the year party.
Okay.
You can still say that to him.
Maybe I will liaise with the cameraman to put it from the back end.
Okay, no problem. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
David, you're welcome. David Sampson.
Good morning to you, Mr. Michael Adekule.
How you doing?
And to our extremely lovely viewers all over the world. Thank you for always keeping it real with Flip TV. Thank you for watching Flip TV and also keeping it real with the Scriboto Master, aka the Senate President, and Mr. Kingeri, the President.
I don't know what you mean by Scriboto Master.
No, maybe probably someday I will kind of expatiate. I'll kind of elaborate on that.
Don't expatiate anything on live program. All right, let's go to what we have. All right, let's talk about Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi State governorship election. Like we have it here, just 5 days to go, and we've seen security personnel being deployed to this state. But the most important thing is that can the electorate trust INEC this time around?
That word is a can they trust INEC? I think that phrase to me is a tentative statement that need to be proven. INEC need to prove it. It's not about you deploying soldiers. The same soldiers you deploy to different worlds, polling units, you still partake in the irregularities, election malpractices. I've seen the last 2023 presidential election, police officers they were competing for a particular party. These same people will still partake in this impunity. So of what use? I see most times I see military personnel, security agency being deployed to polling units just to scare away electorates. Because I will use my polling units as a case study. In the last Congress general election, I had an altercation with the INEC staff. At that point, after voting, casting my vote, I told her it is now what INEC tells us. See, after voting, result will be sent to IRF portal. Now, someone has already given me a signal that see a day before the election that okay, see what's going to happen. That see after voting, the INEC presiding officer on ground will tell you that see there is no network. It's about we own all your Wi-Fi in this life, MTN, Glo, Spectranet network. Still, that result was not being opposite. So INEC itself has configured something that will make network not appear. So this is what I got from a reliable source. A DSS officer told me this, that this is what is going to happen. He told me a day before, and that thing played out. So INEC should, because most Nigerians have lost hope. It has even deterred them. There will be what voters apathy in this election, because in 2023 election there were so much high expectations, and then INEC dashed that hope. So most Nigerians will feel that if you cannot conduct the presidential election credible, how sure election in our states will be credible? And one thing I want to say is that for INEC to redeem all these irregularities for these years, because since 1999 to date, no credible election has ever been conducted in Nigeria, free and fair.
Are you sure?
There was one time, even Mr. Mike, you were in this country when the then President Musa Yar'Adua said that the election that brought him was rigged. Nobody, he said it himself.
Part of the just completed election. was that not transparent enough? Was that not
election? Election that INEC chairman announced results when Nigerians were sleeping, were still on bed. Is that one election? Election that you cannot monitor election electronically. So if INEC
but you witnessed the statement of the president. You saw what the president said as regards the 2023 election. He said it was very credible.
Yeah, it's
very transparent.
It will always be credible to him because he has won the election. So what will he say? He partook. See, the system, the impunity. When it favors us, we would always say the system is good. If you favor other party too, they will also commend INEC. But see, we looking from the other side of the story, we know that Nigerians, that was not what INEC promised us. INEC collected about 400 billion to conduct a credible election. On getting to the polling unit, INEC IRF portal was not accessible. So now, how do I know who is leading? When you promise us not to collect results manually, and along the line, you still went ahead and then collect results manually. So it means you've defied over 200 million Nigerians for them to access the results from the INEC portal. So that means you and then anybody can just sit and then go. Mr. Mike, see, one thing I want to know is that even INEC too, INEC officers themselves are part of this impunity because majority of them connive with politicians. I'll give you one instance. When I was serving with my NYC, a lawmaker assembled us, all the coppers there. He took us to his residence because we were supposed to start the election. He said, see, you know what he told us? He said, you guys should rig for me. I'll pay you guys 500,000. A lawmaker told us like cash. He said, you guys should rig for me. It was our boss, INEC officials, that even conveyed us down there.
How much did he promise you?
He promised us all the coppers 500,000.
Did you talk, please?
Did I talk? That day there was no.
David.
No, there was chaos.
Did you talk, please?
I don't talk because soldiers on their own.
Are you sure?
See, Mr. Mike, see. If I had done that, I would have probably rented a shop now. So when they
God save you that Fule is not here.
No, you know what, see, Mike, see, sir, what the man told us was that, see, we were supposed to meet with some delegates for the sensitization of the process. Not knowing he was taking us to meet Baron Piggy. That is the senator's name from River State. Baron Piggy. He promised us money, but along the line, soldiers came and then disrupted the whole process because soldiers said the man was supposed to use them before to do the election. So the man felt he is more comfortable with using government members to do the process smoothly. So issues like this. So even so, every security apparatus too, they are part of the system too, because they know it's an avenue for them to get money. It's an avenue. So until every Nigerians have a change in mindset that see election affairs should not be a do or die. That is when we can get it. And then INEC should please tell the people of Imo State, Bayelsa State, Kogi State the means of the result transmission, so that not that when you get to court you will say you promise that, later you promise it. If it's manually you want to collect results, tell the people of Imo State, okay, results will be collected manually, so that people can hold you accountable if there is need for that, so that even if you want to use electronic means, tell them electronic means, so that people can follow up the election result online. Not you come out to tell us today we use electronic, tomorrow you go you say now court will say that see I can use any mode to announce results.
Now, can we now rest on the issue of NLC and the Imo State government now that the IGP has ordered the deployment of the Imo State Commissioner of Police?
Thank you, Mr. Mike Adekule. I think I have always made my stance known to people that I am not in support of state police, just like what Mr. Patu said. Now, you see, even those orderlies attached to the governor use them, governor, senators use them as tools. Imagine if a governor controls state police and that governor is seeking for the election, what do you think will happen? Nobody will say anything now. Even the opponents, dare not say anything. Because that same governor will use the same police officer as tools against his opponents. So on this, I think even with deploying the CP of the state, to me would not solve the issue on ground. The issue on ground is that the person coming on board won't he also be partisan?
That's what we need to talk about.
Because most of these police officers, I will give you another story again. Okay. In 2023 election, I was arrested in build-up to election because I work for Labour Party. So I was arrested to Pansi. On getting to Pansi, the CP, the head of Pansi, he's a Yoruba man. He was telling us all my Yoruba friends that look at you guys, you're all bastard. Why will you go and support Obi? On the day of Pansi station, it was the House of Assembly member, Tokpeja, that arrested us. He orchestrated us for us to be arrested. Now he still came there and then bailed us because of the outcry in the community. So even these so-called policemen, security officers, they are all partisan. That is the major problem. The one you want to be deployed to the state, how sure are you is neutral? Nobody can tell. Indirectly,
and do you think Ajero is a neutral person on this issue? I'm talking about this issue that's going on in Imo State, because he was accused of joining unionism with politics, and that's what led to the action of his security personnel.
Nobody can condemn him because Labour Party is an affiliate of the Labour Union. So Labour, in general, owns Labour Party. So
do you agree with him?
I actually do not agree with him.
Okay.
It wasn't only Labour that was in Imo State. There was TUC they were also there. But for you saying that they are affiliated, no, hold on. For you saying that Labour Party and Nigerian Labour Congress are affiliated, is a party on its own. Different. They have aims and objectives. Different aims and objectives.
From the Nigerian Labour
Congress, they have different aims and objectives. So, and from what Opus of Dima has done,
affiliates.
Is
there an affiliation? Is there an affiliation? That is good. Who owns?
No, that is just the name.
No, it's not the name. No, there's an affiliation.
and Nigeria Labour Congress is a different language
between
entirely.
that. So for him to have
Their aims and objectives are different.
Farm.
aims might be different, but see, when it comes to affiliation and link, there is similarities. Because now,
is Joe Ajero a politician? Is he a
You
politician?
can't use that
no,
language.
Joe Ajero should not be.
They are not
He is
together
not
at all.
a
Did he
politician.
go to campaign for Labour?
He did not go.
So what? So why?
Wait, no, see, let's not.
David, let me tell you, they don't have similarity in name. They are not the same.
Let's not
They
get
don't have
twisted.
similarity in
Now,
name.
the same
They don't
Ajero
work in the same
has every right
agenda.
to go and fight
Ajero is
for
a
workers.
freedom fighter
He
for
has
the
every
masses
right
of Nigeria.
to go to
Different
Labour.
entirely.
Now, one thing I want to say is that
Obi is coming
now,
for a
for
president.
him to
Different
have been
entirely.
assaulted,
Different logo.
for him to have
Different
been,
name.
for him to have been
Different agenda.
assaulted, I think probably he too have soiled his hands. Him himself have soiled his hands because because I listened to the Labour chairman of Imo State. He said what he said, see, they are written to Ajero before now that see so thing is happening in our state that the governor has refused to pay some pay workers 20 months salary, and then what Ajero keeps saying that he will speak to the governor. Why is it that it is when the states want to embark on a crucial action? So he felt Ajero wants to come and claim the glory.
You are not getting the picture of what is happening in Imo State. The picture of what happened in Imo State was that they were about to conduct Labour election, and now they discovered that the governor, that's Opus Odima, want to hijack the something. They now dissolve the executive and put a caretaker committee. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now the Joe Ajero came into the picture to see how they can solve the whole issue, but rather Opus Odima hijacked this thing and dealt with
Mr. Mike, there was my time. See, a governor cannot hijack the Labour structure in the states. Now this boils down to the issue of salary in the states. The governor, see, the Labour is an independent body. See, the governor cannot wake up. Now, the governor cannot hijack Labour structure in the state. You cannot see. The Labour cannot hijack structure in the states. When you have the Labour president there, fine. The committee has been dissolved. So it is from the Labour workers that will emerge the state chapter of the party. But for 20 months salary, Opus Odima has refused to pay the civil servant in the state. So Ajero being the chairman of Labour president, he can also go to but people in the state too are also accusing him
Of neglecting them.
And then also pointing somewhat accusing figure on him. That was why that led to his beating, and then the police supervised that beating too. Yes, because boss, see, hello sir. Now he is telling me now there is no way you work in a government. Sorry, you work in a public establishment. Can the president or can the governor come to your office and tell you who become the head of Labour? It is from the Labour Union.
Ajero is a politician.
Osomole too was so politics. So everybody too can politician. Osomole was former the Labour chairman. Then he also rose to become the governor of the state. So anybody can become the Labour chairman. Then public. But see, why still in office you cannot contest any political office. You must either resign. No, and then see, you should not forget that politics is a game of interest. So people would have interest in politics.
All right, federal government advises motorists to use alternative routes as it commences the rehabilitation of third mainland bridge. You allowed the federal government for this?
Mr. Maga, I will not allow them, neither will I applaud them because it is long due. Lagos State is the commercial nerves of the country. Now, on progress, I think there was a design for the fourth mainland bridge. That the then president, that the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been chanting all these years. It is high time Lagos State need to start constructing fourth mainland bridge because one route cannot See, people living inside on the mainland cannot only use one route to access the mainland. That place is majorly the only way you can access the island. And then see, you know how many thousands of people fly that place every day. Thousands people go to work on the island. Now that means that people will be stuck in traffic. People will not come home as when they need to get home, and then people need to wake up as
was free and fair, but the court upturned the result because the deputy was having a fake result. So this Saturday, I want to say that the election that is going to take place, INEC should come out and say that we are going to collect the election manually. Or if they are not collecting it manually, they should tell the people that we are collecting it electronically, so that people will know. It is not time to begin to play hanky-panky, and that will not help the election. I know all this, they can't try this in Edo State. The citizen of Edo State will ask you, which model are you using? Are you using manual or electronical? Once they tell you it's electronical, then all mind and also will be there. But the current INEC have not come out to tell. They have not come out to tell the people that this is the method we are going to use.
INEC should not promise what it cannot fulfill.
Yes, they should come out and say we are using manual collation.
So in terms of security personnel deployed to the state, are you sure the security personnel are enough to protect the electorate?
Okay, first and foremost,
because we have about 220 police patrol vehicles being deployed in Imo, Kogi,
the security apparatus is supposed to be okay, but if they put partisan, if those the police and those people that are supposed to be the security agent are not being partisan, things will go the normal way. But if they are partisan, things will not go the normal way. They will ensure they go against the opposition and see how they can destroy the opposition. Like in Kogi State, I foresee that it's going to be a very strong place to conquer. A very strong place to conquer, because there's this guy from SDP, Muri. He was one of.
I think he's a strong candidate.
He's a strong candidate. Dino Melari is a strong candidate. I heard from the central, they have 5 local government that they are looking at. They have 5 local government that SDP can take 2, Dino will take 3.
Can the APC survive the heat?
No, the APC,
In Kogi State.
the APC cannot survive the heat in Kogi State because Muri, the man that went to SDP, is a member of APC. I don't think they'll be able to survive it. Meaning that if they survive it, except they will manipulate the election, they will not be able to survive it. Bayelsa is going to be a clean ride for the governor because the governor has been able to galvanize people the way he handles issue. He has been able to handle issue maturely. You don't see him fighting. He brings everybody together. They are all in one big umbrella, PDP umbrella. And see what is going on in Bayelsa. It's a peaceful place.
Now, do you see Opuzodima coming back?
Well,
that's in Imo State.
In Imo State, it's now left for the Imolites to decide. If they are teaming, the man will come back. But if they take the bull by the horn, the man will not come back. Because from what I have seen is that he has been able to capture every one of them. Because there was one thing they said, anywhere you go, you see Hope Uzodinma. Everybody is calling Hope. Pastor is calling Hope. School children is calling Hope. Market women are calling Hope. Everybody is calling Hope. Listen, the Imolites, take the bull by the horn and kick out this Hope Uzodinma out. Because if you don't kick him out, he's going to do worse than the first tenure. That's my humble take, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on. Just briefly before we go. All right.
What's happening?
You know what is happening? You know what is
Okay, the election situation.
Yeah.
That is on Saturday. Today's Monday. Let's say 4 or 5 days. So we are all expecting for peace. Expect peace. That's the language.
But in terms of delivering, what do you expect from
the INEC?
From the INEC.
You see, according to what they have said, they say they will deliver it to our own certification. But with the lying word is how you come outside about it. Understand? You see, what my brother just said, those 3 states, only one is peaceful. Uzodinma is a gangster. Bello is a gangster. And this man, what is his name? He's not a gangster. So we all pray for God to make this peaceful. Because we know they want to beat by the air by force. So they want to come back by force, and the other one want to bring the border by force.
Like
so it's difficult.
Like we have it here. Kogi will be worse than Imo.
Imagine, see, I'm telling you the reality because we are Nigeria. We see what is happening in the atmosphere of the heights of the war. It's going to be anyhow, but God doing peace will reign. Because human beings there, not animals.
Do you think INEC can still restore
INEC can still restore the hope of Nigeria?
Nigerians have lost hope in INEC.
It's difficult for Nigeria to acquire that hope of an industry that is called INEC. Because of yesterday, they are not coming forward. Even though tomorrow is unbelievable. It's only God. Because it's like most of those people, they are beating their chests that the deed is already done. Like Yaya Bello and Hope Uzodinma. Because they believe that they will use their utmost power to make annex or due to their language. But things can change. So Nigeria must go forward.
All right, thank you so much.
Nigeria must go forward. Without the situation, we can never perish like that. We must go forward.
All right, thank you so much. Let me acknowledge the presence of our viewers across the globe. Abi, thank you for joining us. Uche G, we appreciate you. Taiwo Odunlade, Abu Africa Mosiah, King Henry, Jacob Adedeji, Demian Osas, Dutchman Pounds, Andrew Ogunjimi, Abi, Udeze Chima. Oh, I think you made a comment here, Mr. Mike Adekunle. The Labour Union all over the world have their preferred candidates. Okay, it happens all over the world. That's what Chima has written here. Gladys Oyabo, thank you so much for joining us. Many others. Yeah, I say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join me next time on the same platform. Michael Adekunle remains my name. Behind the camera, Malik, that's my videographer, the guy with the magic finger. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So the viewers, join us today. We appreciate you. The viewers, I appreciate you as well. Bye for now, everyone.